Hey, I'm Kai, and today I'm going to be checking out the Hot Witch Fuzz by Joyo. Now this video is a sponsored video as Joyo have sent me out this pedal for review purposes. However, there won't be any post-processing on any of the guitar tones, so what you hear is how the pedal sounds and you can make up your own mind based on that. So the Joyo Hot Witch is based on the Electro Harmonics Triangle Big Muff. You've got the three controls you'd expect to see on a Big Muff. You've got gain, you've got volume, and you've got tone. The Joyo Hot Witch also has a mod switch which takes it from a vintage sound over to a modern sound. The modern sound has a little bit more gain on tap and is a little more articulate, while the vintage one is sort of less gainy and a bit smoother. This pedal is currently £56 on Amazon right now, and there'll be affiliate links in the description box if you'd like to purchase one for yourself. For a quick overview of my rig, I'm running my Balaguer Synthwave Espada into the Fractal FM3 where I have 3 different amps set up. Now the clean amp's probably the best way to hear what the pedal itself is doing, so we'll start there. I have got a splash of reverb, but it's really nothing too major, it's just to liven up the tone a little bit. We'll start of course by hearing the clean tone completely dry. Now I'm going to kick on the pedal and just sort of sweep through the different gain ranges, the mod switch, just generally have a quick idea of what the pedal is all about. Now that we've got a general idea of how the pedal works, I think I've figured out that the mod switch is kind of subtle unless the gain's on quite low, so let's hear that. We're now going to switch amp over to the AC15 in the Fractal rather than the Fender-y type thing, so that we've got a little bit more gain coming from the amp itself. I won't show you the full dialing in process in order to keep this video as short as possible, however I'll pick some choice tones and then go from there. Of course we need to first hear this amp completely dry. Let's hear it on a lower gain setting with the bridge humbucker through this AC15. One thing that you really ought to pay attention to here is the way that it handles lower dynamics and polyphonic chords. It starts to glitch and sputter in a really nice way. I think you might be shocked to know that this is the pedal on low gain. into a slightly higher gain territory on the pedal, I'm going to engage a delay in the Fractal, and we're just going to hear how long the sustain is on the neck pickup of this Espada. It sounds fantastic. This is a great pedal if you really want to add some sustain into your solos. Now we're on to the British stack. This is based on a Marshall JTM 45. Of course, we're going to hear this one dry as well. Now, the only appropriate setting for a Big Muff into a Marshall stack is pretty much gunned on the gain control, so we'll hear that with some 90s grungy sort of things. Now onto my sort of review section of this pedal. Obviously, as this pedal was provided free of charge, this is going to be slightly biased, but take it as you will. I try to be objective with these sorts of things, and hopefully you can agree or disagree based on the sounds that you're hearing in the video. As for the tone, I'd say there's not a huge range of gain at all on this pedal. It goes from quite fuzzy all the way up to extremely fuzzy, but that's sort of what you'd expect with a pedal of this sort of clone. The tone knob had a super wide sweep to it, which means that you can pair it with just about any amp, be it a super dark amp or a super bright amp. The mod switch is definitely a nice addition, and I do like a modified circuit, especially when it's a clone, so that it's not just a straight ripoff. However, I did find myself leaving the mod switch down for the most part with this pedal, but you may prefer the up position, so I guess it's there for everyone. The versatility of this pedal is pretty great. I think it worked quite nicely into the clean amp, but it really started to shine when you run it through the higher gain territories like the British stack. Obviously that's not super high gain, but you've got to get the amp a little bit crunchy for these sorts of fuzz pedals to work. Also, with this type of fuzz pedal, it is going to be one of the easiest fuzz pedals to use. You can run the sustain on maximum if you like, you can run the volume all the way up, and you'll still be able to get a great tone, and all you really have to do is tweak the tone control to your liking. This is definitely the kind of fuzz pedal I'd recommend to someone that doesn't like fuzz. It's not that spluttery, vintage, horrible thing that you get with something like a fuzz face. That's typically the fuzz haters think of when they say they hate fuzz. This is more of a big, thick distortion, sort of like an orange amp in that sense. The actual aesthetics of this pedal and the whole Joyo series, I guess, as a result, is actually really nice. I really like the touch of the LEDs around the perimeter of the pedal. These can either come on when you turn the pedal on, they can always be on, or you can turn them off if you don't like them. Really nice touch, really nice unique factor that's not something you really see in pedals at this price point. So that is everything that I've got for this video. If you want to check out another of my demos, I'll leave a link on screen to the demo of the Demon Effects Fuzzworks 7. This is another super budget fuzz pedal, and this one really impressed me. It's definitely the kind of fuzz that a fuzz hater would hate though, but you may enjoy checking it out. It oscillates, sounds weird, it's sputtery, it's vintage, a lot of fun. Thank you for watching, I've been Kai.